What's up? Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Let's go ahead and jump right into this, all right? It was a damn big weekend of good, entertaining football. Y'all can call it what y'all want. Just don't say it wasn't entertaining, because everything about it was entertaining. The dramaticism involved. I mean, it was exciting. Now, I had already kind of talked about the Kansas City Chiefs to a certain extent. I put it in my community post, and I'll talk about that in a minute. You know, I'll get to the meat and potatoes of all that in a minute, but right now I want to talk about the Lions versus the 49ers game. Okay? Now, do I believe in miracles? Hell yeah. I think everybody should believe in miracles. Do I believe in flukes? Yeah, flukes happen all the time. Do I believe in coincidences? Or something being happening out of coincidence? Absolutely, I do. But the things that I don't excuse are stupidity and making dumb decisions, especially at crucial moments. And that's with anything in life, but right now we're talking about football. We're talking about a sport. As you know, the Lions, they lost to the 49ers 27-24, in which the Lions had a chance to actually win it. As a matter of fact, I was talking to shout out to Cypress TV, and at the half, I was like, the game was over. Cypress said, hell no. Don't go to sleep on the Lions. I mean, on the Niners. And I was like, okay, we'll see. But I did tell everybody, including him, I told them, I said, it's going to come down to Dan Campbell, who in this case I'm going to call Dan Gamble. All right? Making poor decisions, making stupid decisions. Okay? Everybody has been livid about the shit that he did and the shit that he pulled in that game. Okay? By going for it instead of settling for the field goal, you pretty much, your chances of icing the game would have been at a very high percentage. But instead, you made poor coaching decisions like you've always done throughout the season. The game that stands out in my mind earlier in the season is that one where he pretty much gave the game to Dallas. I don't know what it is about Dan Campbell. Okay, I don't know if he's allergic to field goals. All right, I don't know if he just absolutely loves the rush of fourth down. But, of course, we know that's his aggressive coaching style. But in a game like this, you got to, when you're coaching against Shanahan, who has been in this type of position before, because you got to think, Shanahan was a coach with the Falcons in which the Patriots, they came all the way back from 28-3, and now he's on the other side, and he pretty much crawled his way back. Now, one could argue, hey, I had a friend of mine, shout out to my partner Ron, he was like, yeah, the NFL is involved. That could be true. Everybody's saying that this was a fix and everything like that. But you can't rig a catch like that off of a helmet. You just can't. Okay, we can't. Yeah, you could kind of talk about the officials in the first game. I didn't think that the officiating was that bad in comparison to the previous games in the conference semis, as it was in comparison to this game. Because like in the Green Bay game, yeah, I can understand, the officiating. But when it came to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, I didn't really see that horrible of a officiating job. There was like maybe two or three maybe questionable calls, but in the previous games I was seeing like up to about 8 or 9 different things in the game regarding the officiating where you can say, okay, yeah, they're really trying to get involved. The NFL is. But getting back to this game, now fans are really tearing Dan Gamble apart. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Is his job at risk? We'll just have to see. But we also have to understand that this has worked for him, okay? But I knew, and I said before this game, it's going to come down to coaching and Dan Campbell making ill-advised coaching decisions. Sort of like how Mike McCarthy did too. Now, this isn't quite up there with the Pete Carroll play, okay? I have that really number one on the list right now as far as really stupid coaching decisions and also how the NFL is involved. All right? This is up there though, because this was a crucial decision of the game. We can't blame it. We can't sit up here and blame Jared Goff and the players and everything like that. The players can only do so much to their abilities. I'm just keeping it a stack with you. But that was a stupid decision. And now, going forward, the Lions, this is the farthest that the Lions have gotten. My hat's off to them. Some people would say that this is the Lions' Super Bowl. Okay? that this was their Super Bowl. But I don't think that the 49ers would have won if he would have made better coaching decisions. And I also believe that for marketing purposes, like I've said before, and we got to talk about it. I hate to bring that up because it really messes up the game. Like they were talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, in which I'm gonna talk about in another video, in a separate video, about the Kansas City Chiefs and that game and everything else, and also I'm gonna talk about the Super Bowl too as well. But they wanted this for marketing purposes, and this was a highly viewed game. Now I got to go back and I got to check the viewership, but I think it was a high tuned in game, a highly tuned in game. A lot of people tuned in, and you would think because it's the Lions or it's the 49ers that a lot of people wouldn't have tuned in, but I think it was mainly because of the 49ers fans. Because you have a whole hell of a lot of 49ers fans, and they seem to come out of the woodwork when they win, but when they're losing, you don't really see that many of them. Now, there's a couple of 49ers fans that I know about, that are affiliated with, my channel. I said affiliated, look at that. I mean, that are subs of my channel, and that are also a part of the LDBC community. And that's the brother, Matt Moses. Shout out to him. He's a 49ers fan. And Lemon Pepper Lou. Go sub to Lemon Pepper Lou, or Lou the Rider. They are 49ers fans to the core, and they have stayed down with them. And there might be some others, maybe if I missed you, hey, don't be upset at me. I don't know everybody's team like that, but those are the guys that I know. But we're gonna see what happens. I mean, I know that I had just seen that Teddy Bridgewater is gonna go ahead and call it a career. I'm wondering what type of moves that the Lions are gonna make. Would it be coaching? Would it be players? I think it's just a matter of Dan Gamble not making stupid decisions, because they had the game. This is what I thought that they were going to do. Really, if we're really being honest and we keeping everything in stack, I thought that when they were up by that amount, I thought that they were just going to go ahead and just eat up the clock. Ground and pound. And just eat up the clock or whatever, and play the clock. But that goes to show you that you can't do that with a coaching savant in Shanahan and a top level defense like the 49ers, who they've had some slippage, especially with the front seven or whatnot. They've had some slippage. There's been some people that's talked about that. Even Steve Young had went in on their defense and whatnot. So they hadn't played as good as they have been earlier in the season. But we'll see what takes place, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and sub to the channel if you're not a subscriber. Also hit them notifications too. And and share this video too. Until then, man, it's straight to the point. I'll be getting at y'all later.